Welcome back to the channel. This is S.O.G, and today we're going to take a look at my AR15. This is a Smith & Wesson M&P Sport II, and it's a 5.56 chambered rifle. It's a 16-inch barrel, and honestly, if I can do it all over again, I would go with like a 12.5-inch barrel. I think 16 is just a little bit too much. But needless to say, I've had this for a very, very long time. I got a ton of rounds through it, and not one issue at all with this. Actually, I had one jam, one failure to feed, I think it was. I was too new at rifles. I didn't know what was going on, but I had a cartridge just kind of get stuck in here, and honestly, my mag wouldn't even release. I don't know if it was mag related or I don't know what it was, but that was the only time I ever had any issues. Once it got cleared, never again did it happen. Speaking of which, we did switch out the factory magazine for an ETS mag. I know a lot of people say this is a no-no, but I love the way this looks. You can stack multiple magazines on. I'm not even going to retake that, but you can stack multiple magazines on this. And obviously we're running green tips, as y'all can see right there. Never had a problem with it, but we're going to get into the build a little bit more. Just kind of giving you guys a little history of this. I paid $600, just under $600 when this came out, brand new. And right now, I was considering trading it in, but man, these ARs are just getting crazy expensive, man. Right now, if I look for a Sport 3 or whatever, they're a lot more than $600, and especially the shorter barreled ones. But anyway, back to the build. Let's talk about some of the stuff that I switched out. Let's talk about how it's functioned for me and just kind of get into the build here. Now, we're going to start from the back. We have a Magpul MOE adjustable stock here that I swapped out. This was fairly inexpensive. You have a rubber pad in the back that gives you a nice comfort when you're getting that recoil pushed up against your chest or your shoulder or whatever. It is, like I said, it's fully adjustable, so it's nice. You can set that up however you like. And then I switched out the actual, put on a pistol grip here. This is a BCM Mod 3, if I'm not mistaken. The factory one on this was just garbage, and this was one of the nicest upgrades I've done. It gives you a little bit of stippling on both sides. You have some texture on the, not the back, but you have some texture up on the front. You have a little secret compartment underneath here that you can put like batteries or one extra or two extra rounds in there or whatever. It's just a really nice feeling one, and it's got some palm swells kind of on the sides. It's just, I don't know, just fits the hand a lot better than the stock one that it came with. And then we have this hand guard rail here that I switched out, and honestly, I would have loved to go all the way, cover the whole barrel, because it just looks kind of funny here. I'll show you guys what I mean. It just looks really funny. It looks naked as heck up front, but I got the short one because I didn't want to deal with this thing here, so I got the shorter one. And I was able to mount stuff with, you know, on this rail or whatever. So that was kind of nice. That was something that I wanted to do. Couldn't do it with the factory one. I did it with this. This was probably the hardest thing out of the whole build to install. And by the way, I did all that myself. Again, not knowing nothing about rifles or anything like that, just kind of looking up YouTube videos. And I did that one myself. And that was the most challenging out of everything. But regardless, I really like how it looks. Way better than the factory one. And then attached to that, we have this angled grip, or whatever you want to call this. And this is from Strike Industries. And this is probably aesthetically pleasing, probably my favorite, just because it stands out from everything else. It's the only thing I got that's colored. It's this really nice anodized blue, and you can get it in many different colors. So I really do like that a lot. And it actually feels really good in the hand. It's very lightweight. You can grab it in multiple different angles, and it functions no matter how you hold the gun, the firearm. So a good upgrade there as well. And then we went with a OLight Odin GL, which is a light and laser. Love this thing. It's extremely bright, but you can go from, you know, extremely bright to low on both the laser and the light. And then it's easy to recharge if it ever runs out of battery. It's magnetic. So a really good light, and it's nice and sturdy on there. It ain't going nowhere, but it just illuminates extremely well. So another big plus here. And then finally, last but not least, we have a Arken Optics EP-8. This one actually just came out not too long ago. And this one was sent out by Arken Optics. They reached out and asked if I'd be interested in one. And I honestly don't really do a lot of shooting anymore with my AR, but I said, man, that scope looks pretty nice, and I would love to put it on this AR. So I said, yeah, let's do it. Let's team up. Let's collab and send it over, and we'll take a look at it. But just because they sent it out doesn't mean I'm going to be shilling. I'm always going to give you guys nothing but honest truth and transparency on this channel, and that's never going to change. So honestly, this optic is, I'll give it like a maybe a 7.5, 8 out of 10. And I think the reason for that is the ones I'm going to tell you. So this right here is a first focal plane, which means when you zoom in on your magnification, the reticle also gets bigger. So the reticle doesn't stay the same as you're zooming in, and that's a big plus at the price point this is selling at. Another thing is that it's illuminated, so you can go from like a black reticle, or you can turn on the illuminator and it turns red for like nighttime shooting, or if you're shooting in like, you know, shaded areas or shadows or anything like that. Another big win at the price point that this is at. The reason I went with this scope on my AR is honestly only one reason why I agreed, and that's because the lowest magnification is 1. I at first was not a big fan of putting large scopes like this on ARs because I always said, why do I need so much magnification just right off the rip? I love that it's a 1 time and it goes all the way up to 8 times. And it's super easy. Just twist this little knob right here and you can see the magnification levels here. I'll show y'all. So you can go to whatever magnification level you want. And then it also obviously comes here with these little caps on the front and the back, so you can close those up. The one thing I don't like, but again, it comes with the price point, is that you have caps on your windage and elevation points, and you have to remove those caps to adjust it, but it holds 0 very, very well. Here is your illumination knob here, so you can put it at whatever level you want, and it'll hold on to that. The one thing that does suck is you have to remember to turn it off. Twice I forgot to turn it off, and that thing was just on the whole time. But my battery is still good, and it comes with a battery, and it also comes with the mount, and it comes with these rings. So phenomenal deal. Y'all check it out. I'm going to leave links in the description. But this is the EP-8 by Arken Optics, and it's been awesome. That's kind of my whole build. That's my setup. You guys let me know in the comments what you think of the build. Is there anything you would replace? Is there anything that you would take from my build and put on your own AR? Or are there any parts you would recommend me to put on this AR? Or maybe one in the future I pick up? Let me know in the comments. Smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But if you already have, you know I appreciate you guys so much. God bless you. And I'll see you on the next video.